Hey, this is Matt Reisinger with Reisinger Homes. Welcome to my video blog dedicated to building science and fine craftsmanship. We're in the historic Hyde Park neighborhood here. This is one of the few neighborhoods in Austin, Texas that still has preserved some of the character of the old houses. And one of the things I like about this neighborhood, there's some really interesting craftsman style houses in this neighborhood. And we are pulling up to one of the oldest houses, not only in the neighborhood, but in Austin. This house here was originally built in 1850 by famed architect Abner Cook. Let's go take a look here. As you can see, this is a gorgeous old Craftsman. As I said, 1850s construction. And today we're going to be talking about that wood shingle roof that we've got on this house. We just finished installing this, and I want to talk to you about some best practices. About 2 weeks ago, this beautiful wood shingle roof was actually a comp shingle roof, which is incredibly not fitting with the style of this house. So, ironically enough, this house originally built by Abner Cook, who's a famous pioneer architect, and now is owned by Tim Cuppett, another very well-known famous architect here in Austin. I want to talk to you about the best practices that we took to get to this point today. It took us about 2 weeks to do this project, and there's a lot of intricacies to a wood shingle roof, and things that really, if you make some minor mistakes, it's really going to affect the longevity of this roof and the durability of this roof. So let's rewind time a little bit and talk about how we got to where we are today.
Here's a picture of the asphalt roof prior to putting this beautiful wood roof on. You can see that asphalt shingle is just not in keeping with the house. The first thing we did was strip the shingles off all the way back to the deck. And then on this house, we're using some rigid rooftop foam. We brought in some Dow XPS foam on this project. And if you'll check out my other roof videos, we'll show you a little bit more in depth on how we do that. But basically, for this wood roof, we needed to do some plywood on top of that foam. So this picture here on the edge of the roof is going to show you the sandwich that we made with the foam, plywood, and then another layer of underlayment on top of that. We're using Royals cedar shingles. These are a fire-treated shingle, so this is actually a Class B fire retardant added to these shingles. Very important for insurance reasons, typically, to get a fire retardant added to your shingles. One of the things you really want to be cautious about is your nails, though. We're using a stainless steel nail, and we're using a coil nail that can be used in a standard nail gun, but that stainless and the grade of stainless is important to verify that the manufacturer is specifying the nail and you're using the exact specified nail. And then one of the most important things whenever you do a wood roof is to make sure that wood roof can breathe. We're using Benjamin Obdyke's Cedar Breather. This is basically a 3D mesh which is going to give an air gap underneath the shingles and give us space for that roof basically to dry both to the back and to the front. This is incredibly important for really any wood product, and especially a wood roof. In this photo, you can see the small kind of gap there that's between that drip edge and the fascia. That gap is incredibly important to let this roof breathe. That black mesh you can see, it's got a couple leaves on it on this photo, is the Cedar Breather, and that Cedar Breather is continuous from the eave all the way to the ridge. We're using Rapid Ridge 7 ridge vent on the top of the ridge here. I don't have a great picture of that, but it's really important to make sure you've got good airflow from the bottom all the way to the top. And now look at this wood roof when we completed it. That wood shingle is absolutely gorgeous. If installed correctly and you use a Cedar Breather product, I think this roof is probably a 30-year roof. So, you know, if you compare that to an asphalt shingle roof that may be rated for 30 years, but typically is getting half that lifetime, this really is a beautiful product and is really in keeping with the style of this house. Wood has been eschewed recently, I think, and people have gone away from wood roofs. But if you use best practices, wood can be a gorgeous product, and it's certainly in keeping with the historic nature of this house. If you'd like more information on any of these products we talked about, you can visit my blog at mattreisinger.com. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.